How to study on rotation. Hello everyone, so now I decided to study on rotation. And what do I mean by that? Well, I mean that instead of being studying like a lot of languages at the same time, I will study first one language, then another one, then one language, then the other one, and I'm gonna tell you guys how to do it. Well, Finnish and Swedish, I intend to keep on studying them. I know that now, lately, I ain't been studying those languages too much because I was focusing on Norwegian. I was trying to finish, and I did. I finished studying Teach Yourself Norwegian, and now I decided to focus a little bit on Vietnamese to make some progress. But I intend to keep on studying Finnish and Swedish. But then, other languages I intend to study on rotation. So, I will restart studying Arabic. I will study Ultimate Arabic from Living Language. So, Living Language, Ultimate Arabic. I will study Standard Arabic for now. And by the time I finish doing that, I will study some Japanese. And I don't know exactly which course, but maybe the DLI course or Fast Japanese, something like that. Another language that I intend to study, this one is some sort of a new language to me. I only made a few lessons before. It's Thai, and so I will study this course, which is pretty good, and I advise everyone, which is practical Thai conversation. It's a course that has video and audio too. It's a conversational course. It's pretty good for beginners, and that's what I will use. And then maybe I will use Teach Yourself Thai conversation or something like that. And then by the time I finish studying one or two, since they're like introductory courses, small courses, I might study two. I will study Hindi. It's more like restudy Hindi, as I only did a little bit of Hindi. With one Teach Yourself, a older edition of Teach Yourself, an older edition of Teach Yourself, for instance. Another language that I was studying, and now it's kind of on hold too. Not for too long, but it's kind of on hold. It's French. So now what will I do? I will study one French course, which will be Streetwise French, and then by the time I finish doing that, I will study one Italian course, which will be most likely Teach Yourself Beginner's Italian. And the same thing will happen for Romanian and Turkish, because I want to get back on all of these languages, and it's hard, so it's better if I stay like 4 months studying one language and then 4 months studying other language. Okay, by the time I have studied at least one course of each language, I might spend less time. Let's say, okay, I've studied one course of Arabic and one course of Japanese, and now it's time to study another course of Arabic. I might study 1 month only of Arabic and 1 month of Japanese. Let's say I'm studying with a course which has 18 chapters. I do like 4 chapters of Arabic and then 4 chapters of Japanese. But I do not advise you guys to do this at first, because we need to get something. We need to get some background. We need to have some background. So the first course, I advise you guys to study the entire course. That's kind of what I will do. Another language will be Chinese, Mandarin Chinese. So I will use colloquial Chinese, but instead of studying grammar and stuff like that, I will focus on communication only. I have another video for you guys, maybe tomorrow, about that, but that's a different story. And then I have some more languages. Of course, there are so many that I can study them all at the same time. For instance, Polish and Czech. I am on chapter 2 from the Czech course. But let's see, I study Czech and then I study Polish. Or maybe I will study Polish before, because I have pretty good stuff for beginners for Polish. So I don't know. You guys advise me something. I would appreciate it. And then Korean. Well, I put here Mandarin and Korean. But today I came across a very good course, which is Korean Class 101. You guys download that. I believe it's the best for Korean. It's the best resource for Korean available. It has romanizations, dialogues, audio for everything, a lot of PDFs and some videos too. It's pretty good. It has grammar, it has everything. And I also have you guys download Korean language learning pack updated, and you have good stuff there. It's a Facebook, I believe it's called Essential Korean. It's also very good. It's a Facebook with audio. I might study Korean now because I kind of fell in love with the language. Even though I have seen a Korean movie that sucked, it was very slow, very slow. It wasn't bad, but it was very slow. But okay, so that's pretty much like it. Then I got Estonian and Hungarian. I will study one course of Estonian and then one course of Hungarian, and I have other stuff in here. So that's it. This is my learning tip for you guys. Study on rotation. But just remember, first of all, finish the first course and then finish the other course from the other language. By the time you have done it, at least one intermediate course, you can study 4 chapters, 3, 4, 5 chapters whatsoever of one language, then 3, 4, 5 chapters of the other language. And of course that from time to time you have to make a pause in all these languages in order for you to put other languages in rotation. So this is it for now, and see you guys then.